In this video we'll be looking at some of the new and improved features that are available in the Dynamics 365 and Power Platform 2024 Wave 1 release. For those of you that are new to the release cycle with Dynamics and Power Platforms, 2 major releases a year, April and October. Each of them contains hundreds of new and improved features. And the release plans, which are the definition of what's included in those releases, came out on January the 25th, and then the actual capabilities themselves will be released to general availability between April and September. So you have to keep an eye out for the general availability dates on each of the features. So it starts in April, finishes in September, and then Wave 2 will start from October onwards. So yeah, just one thing to note if you're reading through the documentation, keep an eye on those dates. There's also dates in there when those things come into private or public preview as well, so you can try them out, and then they go to general availability when they're available for everyone. And where else to start but Copilot? So yeah, Copilot is infused across all of Dynamics 365 and the Power Platform now. For anyone who's not heard the term, it's Microsoft's kind of umbrella term for the AI capabilities that are baked into all of the applications across the Microsoft suite. From a sales Copilot perspective, we've got some cool new features that will summarise an account for you, so you can see a summary of activity associated with that. So as an account manager, I can go in and see how many leads there are, whether they're open or closed, similar with opportunities, whether we're winning or losing opportunities, and get a kind of plain English summary of all of the activity associated to that account. So it's using generative AI to generate that summary for us. And yeah, it's interesting to see those Copilot features being rolled out more widely across the applications. It started with a focus around kind of drafting emails and summarising emails and updating or showing news about accounts and opportunities, but now that's starting to roll out to much more broad use cases. Next up is sequences within the sales application. So sequences are a really good way to add structure to kind of both sales but also account management processes, so you can define a set of actions and that kind of stuff, like conditional logic in it and loops and things in it. Now we've got the ability to apply them to different types of records depending on the scenario. So high volume, low value leads we treat differently to low volume, high value ones, for example. And the enhancements in this release mean that sellers can view a preview of the sequence that's going to be applied to their records, and a little sidebar down the right. You can see where you're at in the sequence, what's going to happen next, and what might influence the path that sequence goes down. What we can also do is assign multiple sequences to the same record, which we couldn't do before. So that's really useful where you've got a team working on an account. So you might have someone working on a deal for a particular product, someone else is managing the account, someone else is working for a deal on a different service, and each of those might have a different sequence of activity associated to it. So each of those stakeholders involved in that relationship can have their own sequence as well. In the world of customer service, some interesting updates. So the ability to forecast case volumes as frequently as 15 minutes, but also up to kind of daily as well. So this is going to help customer service managers ensure that they're not under or over-resourced on a service desk, so not spending too much money or delivering a poor service. Some other kind of productivity enhancements as well, so being able to drag and drop attachments onto emails. So it's been a long time coming, that one, but that's here now. And some more Copilot stuff as well, so prompts to help agents ask the right questions, and yeah, citation of information for more transparent responses from Copilot as well, so you can see where it's got the knowledge from to answer the question. In the world of field service, so field service is Microsoft's application that manages the end-to-end life cycle of a field-based team or organisation. Lots of productivity enhancements for field engineers and updates to the mobile app to support that. So one nice one is the ability for Copilot to summarise a work order in the mobile app, again in kind of plain English, so taking a summary of all the things that have happened and explaining that. You can then get that read aloud as well if we need to. But also the other way around, so an engineer can describe in natural language what work they've done, and Copilot will translate that into a set of updates to the job. So again, using dictation if they want to, an engineer can describe, so I attended at this time, fitted this part, did this service task, and then left at this time, and it will then in the back end go and update the relevant Dynamics records with all those changes. Also recently announced was the fact that Dynamics 365 Guides and Remote Assist will be included in field service. So these are great tools that use augmented reality tech to help engineers out in the field. So you can have a senior engineer in the office that's maybe helping out 3 or 4 engineers in the field, being able to kind of annotate and point within their field of vision. And you can do that with a HoloLens headset, or even just with a mobile app as well. So there's Apple and Android apps that will run that Remote Assist application. Loads of updates to Business Central, so this is Microsoft's finance package in the Dynamics suite. So among those, we've got deeper integration with Power Platform, the ability to use virtual tables to expose more data into Dataverse. Lots of updates around project management as well, so jobs and resources, if you're familiar with the kind of Business Central terminology for that, but the ability to have an assemble to project, so we can build effectively against a project as opposed to an order, and the ability to invoice one project to multiple customers as well, which is really useful. There's already Shopify integration, but there's some additions to that, and also the ability to connect Business Central to Shopify B2B, and a simplified way to create that connection in the first place as well. And then also lots of Copilot features within Business Central as well. So it's there to help with bank reconciliation, create product information faster and more easily, create sales lines, get insights. And another cool feature is on every field we can go and ask Copilot what that field's for. So we can get a prompt as to what data we need to enter or how that's going to affect the process, again, all in natural language. On to marketing then, so recently rebranded to Dynamics 365 Customer Insights, so that was a standalone product that's now rolled into the marketing family, so there's now effectively 2 products or 2 sub-products within the marketing suite, so Customer Insights Journeys, which is all of the marketing capability, and then Customer Insights Data, which is a customer data platform. So getting added into the kind of marketing mix is the ability to create real-time segments, so we can instantly contact customers at the right moment. So if they reach a loyalty points tier or they get eligible for a cross-sell products, and we can include their online activity in that. So that was something that was available in the legacy outbound marketing app. That's going to be available in real-time marketing as well now, so we can track online behaviour and use that to segment and create lists as well. Another really useful feature, more one for the admins than end users, but is the ability to move things like segments and measures and other components between environments using solutions. So that's a way of safely kind of packaging up changes and moving them between environments. And that's a really important step forward from a kind of governance and structured perspective. It means we can have consistent environments. We can use automation to deploy those things as well. So we can use things like DevOps pipelines to automate the deployment of those things. So it's going to be much easier to have a development environment, test things safely in a test environment, deploy them to production using solutions. So knowing that it's all kind of well structured. On to Power Apps and the Power Platform then. So a broad set of tools that allows us to do more than just kind of build applications, but also build in automation, reporting, AI capabilities, all within the kind of Power Platform umbrella. So first up, there's going to be a new UI for model-driven apps, so users have been able to kind of toggle a switch on and off for a while now to try it out. That's now going to be enabled by default, and that's got a great set of new controls in it. It's responsive, more performant, and uses Microsoft's Fluent design system, so all nice to look at as well. Copilot within Power Platform, from a maker perspective, so if you're building apps or processes, is now pretty much everywhere. So we can describe a flow we want to make, we can describe an app we want to make, or add columns to it, or change columns, etc. So lots of capability there. And then on a technical note, there's now the ability to call SQL Server store procedures directly from PowerFX, so that removes the performance overhead we had before of having to call Power Automate that then called the store procedure in SQL Server, so effectively making an unnecessary kind of step in the middle there. And then lots of new features across Power Pages. That's the kind of portal CMS building tool, Power Automate for automation and integration, Copilot Studio for creating AI-powered bots, and also AI Builder as well. So all around about increasing productivity and automation, and then a load of new tools as well within Dataverse to cater for enterprise deployments, increasing security and performance. So yeah, tons of stuff in there, into the hundreds of different and new and improved features. So if you'd like to know more, get in touch and we can have a chat.